Well, they will always pull focus, won't they? These wonderful creatures that we love. Well, this is just such a shameless attempt to uh, garner interest in this video, but I think what I have to say will also be wonderful. Oh, look at somebody shy. Oh my goodness. So this is about our trios group. Sorry, Owen, you have to be the star of the show. But really, you folks are the star of the show. Our last trios group was so wonderful, but it was quite small. And I think maybe it was the Academy Awards. But also, you may, if you read the email, you may realize that we had a communication from USM. They just want to be protective of their intellectual property regarding us sharing handouts within the trios. And as I mentioned in the email, I am so happy to be supportive and to take my guidance from the University of Santa Monica. And really, they have been so incredibly important in my life, which is really why I've started this trios groups for us to continue, the work that we discovered in the University of Santa Monica. So I wanted to send this video out to share just how important this work has been in my life. I had a wonderful meeting with a friend today, and I think the result of this meeting, and part of this was me sharing about how USM has changed my life, specifically with manifesting the love of my life into my romantic life, into my world. Happened after the first year of USM. And it's an ongoing romance, and as all relationships are, an ongoing learning experience. And that was really the result of the University of Santa Monica. The other thing I wanted to share is part of the reason I wanted handouts to be part of our trios and a way we can move forward with this intention that I had and just this, I guess you can call it observation, is that the most powerful work we do is really built upon the strength of our intention, as well as other factors such as what we bring into these processes, the energetic container that we all contain at the same time. But it's also very valuable to really continually use what we have learned in a powerful way to support facilitating others. And this is really done by having regular access to and revisiting the education that we've received at the University of Santa Monica. Now, this education, as you remember, was very depthful. And my intention for using the handouts was to continually remind ourselves and educate ourselves into how to effectively facilitate other folks, your clients, when you're in the trio process. Now, I have had the benefit of designing and building an incredible online course in spiritual psychology with the USM team. Designing and building on my part really involved simply editing the course. Like Licia Rester was the educational designer, along, of course, with Mary Holnick and Ron. And what that meant essentially is that not only was I just a really enthusiastic student to every single offering that USM had, I enrolled in, but I also 8 hours a day was learning spiritual psychology in the professional realm as someone creating an online course, which means I listened to the content of an online course, a spiritual psychology, of listening to this over and over, edited it. And so my brain is so profoundly hardwired as a spiritual psychologist because of this massive immersion, hundreds, of hours, kind of far beyond what an average student has, because I also had it as a full-time job. And because of this, when I work with people as a facilitator, it's a lot easier for me to draw upon this brain that has been just saturated with the USM curriculum, not only within my education, but professionally. And I just recognize that when you bring in all of the things that we've learned from the worksheets, you're able to create a very powerful experience for your clients. So this is just a communication to encourage you to go into these teachings before a trios process. Let's step up our trios groups. We've been doing this for a few years, and indeed, it's easy to go into a trio. Just use whatever comes forward as an I'm upset because, and just facilitate people by heart-centered listening, seeing loving essence, and compassionate self-forgiveness. These alone are immensely transformative, but you can use healing of memories techniques. You can use some of the Gestalt processes that we've done. You can use so many of these incredible strategies and that we've learned, as well as the practices and principles of spiritual psychology that are in your handouts. Revisiting these and using them in your facilitation is an extraordinary opportunity. So this is just a little communication to encourage you to not only revisit these handouts to make your trios more powerful, but also to feel free to we are now spiritual psychology masters. Go ahead and custom design a process that you can screen share in our classrooms. Don't screen share any USM handouts, but as a spiritual psychologist, create the process from everything that you've learned in these handouts to customize an approach without using intellectual property. And what an amazing way to use what you have invested in to grow your ability to not only be a profoundly talented facilitator, but also to self-facilitate and to even more effectively just transform your own consciousness by releasing what is no longer needed in the most depthful and profound and meticulously wonderful way. So this is also a little opportunity for me to request that you view my page, Being Healing. It's a wonderful organization that supports folks into moving into remission from chronic or life-threatening health conditions. It rides on my training with CHH as well as radical remissions, and we have our first upcoming workshops. If you're able to donate, and also if you are called to send someone with a chronic or life-threatening illness our way, and we have some scholarships available thanks to your donations, and enjoy.